operation of these bleachers and precautions for that. You'll follow me?
I can see close up.
This top button goes out, bottom button goes in, okay? First thing you do, which we've already done, is sweep the floor because we don't want to pick up dust on the blue drive wheels, because when we do, then it doesn't pull like it should. Okay, we're gonna bring them out. Or slow it down because it's pulling more weight and the motor stopped. Okay, now we have it now positioned. Now, we'd be here for an hour and a half. These twist.
So do you have to push something on there, or did it just automatically stop?
They're on limit switches, so they automatically
So we don't have
stop.
to worry
You
about
don't
that.
have
No.
to worry about going too far.
There's a
No.
limit switch, and believe it or not, it's up at the very top. So when that comes out, it stops them. Or if you take this step out, it goes right here. There's two buttons in the back of this. Give me a hand, son.
We'll handle that here on the outside. You know,
Now, you see these two black buttons here? Okay, those. Pulling these keyboards. Okay, that keeps that step from moving or sliding out, because we don't want somebody going up or down going, oh crap. Okay. Once you have that done, we're just gonna set up that row and this row, okay? Now, this is the part that y'all might need to get some help doing.
Okay.
Okay. It's not that bad if you grab it and go. Now, when you're gonna set the whole system up, you take, as you go up, taking the aisle rails and twisting them.
You gotta raise them up to twist them.
Now show it. And then you put the seats up as you come back down. So two of you doing it works the best, because just like when we put this up right there, one person on each end come up and do it. So, and that's what we want. This is a good system. But you start at the top and come down. Okay, it's just easier that way. Because if you didn't, you'd be trying to reach down in here, it'd be pretty awkward. Okay. You push the button. Yeah, that's good. Just need one of them.
Okay.
Show the front. It doesn't. See where the little deals drop through the plywood over back there. Okay, that's an automatic mechanism, lays all the chairs down as they fold up from there up, but there's nothing that is underneath there, so these are a manual seat. Okay, now, these right here,
That's right.
the front row. And if you roll them back, it's not gonna do anything for you.
Yeah. We can experience that one.
So, what you're gonna do is when you get ready to close them, which is what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take the seat, or the step rather. Got a little handle right there. Lift it up. Your head up me a little bit. Why are you doing me this way? There we go. We're gonna take it and put it back where it was. Okay, now we're gonna take this. Yep. Okay. Now, the other thing we're gonna do is, before we close it, all the chairs will be up, and we're gonna look to make sure there's no bags or anything. Because if there's any bags, you can kind of see that if it's here, and those chairs fold down on it, they're not gonna fold down enough to go underneath. Then we got a big mess. So, you know, this is something I would recommend that kids weren't, other than some help raising seats up or down, these two people would be the two that I would have them take a minute out.
Sorry, Sherry.
You know, it's just, we want to protect our investment. So, once we have that and we've checked to make sure there's nothing in between there, so we don't have a catastrophe, we've got the first row down. Automatically fold as you go. We're going to roll them on back a little bit, and then we're going to look underneath so you can see how they fold. Okay, let's come over here and take a look. Take a look at this device right here. Okay, this piece right there goes up to that rail that runs across between them. When this piece right here takes and rolls, over this right here, it pushes this up, which trips that lever, and that's what folds the chairs down. So, that's why we couldn't do anything on the bottom, because there wasn't anything underneath it. Okay, now let's walk under here for a minute. Here you go. Wait, I got one in my pocket. You saying mine not big enough?
One big.
You know, I price these.
Sorry.
Anthony. Come on. Okay, see the blue wheel right there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your drive wheel.
Okay.
Okay, you got 6 of them, 6 sets underneath here. Okay, And what you do, I was telling y'all what I would do is I'd roll the bleachers back to about right here.
Okay,
Then you've got the opening come underneath,
okay,
and then you're not having to crawl underneath there to get over there and clean them off.
okay,
Let's do this the smart way.
okay.
But I left out one thing, the even smarter thing you gotta do.
I was gonna hit you on that one.
Anytime that y'all come underneath these bleachers, see that disconnect over there? You pull the lever down on that disconnect, okay? The only reason that hasn't got any fuses or anything in it,
You just pull this down.
pull that down. This is what you call a service disconnect. And its only purpose, see, there's no fuses in there. The only purpose in that is to protect anyone that's working under the bleachers.
So they can pull up.
That's right, that's exactly it. We just, well, we're real safety conscious. You just gotta reach up and over. If you look from the side you can kinda get in there and rub them.
And you wanna rub them with alcohol?
Just dampen a rag with rubbing alcohol is what we do. And it, like I said, it'll surprise you how much difference it makes. Every once in a while, you can kind of look under here in the path that those wheels take. Make sure it's clean. You know, if you do that every once in a while, clean those blue wheels off, it'll work like $1,000,000, man. Watch your head.
That's fine.
Okay.
So every time you use them, you want to clean those wheels?
Yeah, I mean, people's gonna get stuff under here, and see, the thing is, if you want to get under here, whenever you do, you can just kind of sweep this here,
Okay.
put it right in the middle of the floor, and then when you roll the bleachers up, it's outside, so you not have to haul down,
That'll work.
okay?
What's all this stuff?
And,
What's all your wires over here?
What's all this stuff?
What's that box for?
that's the contactor box, okay? See, when you push that button, there's, in that box is, contactors that engage the motors, okay? So see, this wire comes up here and goes back to the power source, and then there's other wires that run over to the control switch. And
If you guys need to get in that box, he needs to be called.
I will be honest with you, I've put bleachers in for 30-something years, and I've only been in a contactor box after installation about 3 times. So, and right here, your one limit switch, and the other limit switch is right there. So, but again, you shouldn't ever need to worry about those, okay?
Oh, it's not, I can stretch that one.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, put it on the load.
It's fine.
Well, it's gonna stick with you if you don't.
What's that?
He
They
got
were
the
wondering
grease.
why the
Ooh.
drop arms were greased. It's we put that on there so over time it doesn't sit there and just degrade to metal on metal. So you have a viscosity.
Does it ever have to be redone? The grease?
You can redo them sometimes.
You know, that's just kinda, when they're underneath here,
Periodical.
you know, they might just give it a look, and if it's not a greased surface, then, you know, all you gotta do is just put a little on your finger and put it up there.
Yeah.
But these are, you know, the old ones, we just changed out a system back before they had the rollers on the supports, these rollers that are right here. This used to be a piece of just metal on metal. And this set of bleachers sounded terrible. We went in and retrofitted them, and they couldn't hear them when we used them, so.
So will we put it right here, will they have to?
Thank you guys.
Mm-hmm.
these on back. Now, he didn't want us to put it on there, but if it was me, I would take a Sharpie and write on there in and out, but, you know, that way you don't hit the wrong button.
That might be probably a good thing.
And you're gonna hear every once in a while, a little pop or something, we got a lot of mechanisms. These rails on the end, that's one of the neatest things I think they ever came up with. I remember back when you were a kid, in the bleachers, you had to hang out there on the end and try to drop them in the slots. And you know, your question about, did we consider anything from the bank? They went out and they stopped. They're straight line. That's nice.
Sounded good.
Are they together?
Well, if if you think about it, those bleachers are 28,000 pounds. So you got weight on those wheels, it's a rubber wheel, so what you're seeing there is just a shine spot from the friction of it pulling out.
So it will be there all the time? Probably.
I don't, you know, like I said, it's not typical, I think this is only the second time we put bleachers in on top of it. So, you know, wood floor, really, you don't see anything,
Right.
but tile, you never know how the surface is gonna act or respond. I mean, if you had a slicker tile, it probably wouldn't show that, but then, because the bleacher wood floor, because it could get traction.
Once it's waxed, I don't know that we can.
Well, if you put wax on it, you pretty well hurt yourself.
Well, it'll have to be waxed.
Well,
So you don't know how it would work with wax on VCT tiles?
I really don't think it would work, but that's my opinion.
I don't think that you can not wax VCT.
That's gonna be a question for Nick. I mean, the guy is telling you how his system works.
Right.
He's not trying to cause a problem, he's answering the question.
Right, that's what I'm saying though. I don't know what top tile I guess.
Well, I think we've got different grades of wax, and you and I talked about this.
Somebody told me that they make a non-skid wax. Now, it seems kind of stupid, doesn't it?
I've heard of it, but I've never worked with it.
Well, I'm just saying that may be something you wanna investigate with your janitorial supplier, whoever they are. You might give a call, cause if anybody's gonna know, it's gonna be, the guy at Heartland, Mark, Clark. And, but, yeah, if you put a slick finish on this, we're all gonna be crying